In our lesson today, I'll be looking a little bit at rotation transformation. I'm going to try to give a pictorial description of what happens to an object when it is rotated through, say, 90 degrees or 180 degrees, etc. On the diagram here, we see a little triangle OAB. Notice that the side of the triangle OA is lined up with the vertical y-axis. So I'm going to rotate this triangle through 90 degrees in a clockwise direction. Notice that the side OA is moving, and after 90 degrees, and if you notice, the side OA has moved from the y-axis to the x-axis. Mathematically, we describe this by saying, and if we take one point on the object, and recall that when an object is rotated, every point on the object is rotated by the same amount. So I can use any point to describe what has happened to the object by analyzing what has happened to that point. So I'll take point B, for example, and I say by rotating it through 90 degrees, and the convention is that minus 90 represents a clockwise rotation, we say that the point B with coordinates x and y will be mapped onto B prime, where x and y are now interchanged and y has taken on a negative sign. So we see that the point 1, 3 becomes 3 minus 1, and we have shown this here on the diagram as well. So mathematically, all we're doing is describing what has happened to the object, or in this case, one point on the object after rotation. I can proceed by rotating it a further 90 degrees, so it has now gone a total of 180 degrees, and notice that the object and the image, if you look at point B once more, you'll see that the object and the image have completely reversed in sign. Both x and y have now taken on negative values, and we can continue like this until we complete the rotation of the object through a full 360 degrees, where, as we would expect, the object at 360 degrees and the object in its original position are pretty much the same. We go ahead now and look at an example where we are given a graph of an object A and its image B, and we are asked to describe fully the transformation that we see. Now, to get a clue into what the transformation is, we can look carefully at the object. We notice that RS was horizontal. After it has been transformed, RS is now vertical. So we get a clue that the object might have been rotated. Recall that we said earlier that the horizontal side of the triangle will become vertical, the vertical side of the triangle will become horizontal for a 90-degree rotation. So we suspect that this triangle has been rotated. So let us look at it mathematically, and we'll see that if we take point R again, R2, 1 has been mapped onto R prime 1 minus 2, which is exactly the mathematical description for a clockwise rotation of 90 degrees about the origin. So this just gives us an idea of the things we should be looking for when we see an object and its image, so we could get clues or insights into the type of transformation that has occurred. So for this transformation, object has been transformed by a clockwise rotation of 90 degrees about the origin.